Hey, this is Seth at Switch Suspension, and this is the Dixxon 55. This truck really wasn't even made by GM, so what we did is we took the 55 cab and front sheet metal, which we like with the single headlight, and we like the big opening mouth grille, and then we paired it with the 58-59 Fleetside bed. Wheels are 22-inch race lines, and then we did some modifications to the bed to really make it look like it fit the truck better. The truck's running an LT4 with an 8-speed automatic transmission. So, you know, a lot of what we do too is just try to make the truck look like how GM would have done it. So we do have some customization on the sheet metal, but we really wanted to make it look like this is how the truck could have come from GM. We kind of knew this was going to just be like one of those ones where we couldn't overlook any detail. Every small detail needed to be important. So yeah, we hope you like it.
When we started with the truck was a full project truck, completely bare. We went to a guy's house and picked it up in pieces. It had a chassis under it, but it was not a chassis we were going to use, so we ended up selling that chassis off and just using the panels. When the Choppin Block Chassis arrived to us, we laid it out on the floor, assembled the whole chassis, got it to a rollable state. So once the chassis was completely assembled, we went into fitting the cab to the chassis, making sure we had the mounts the right height, making sure everything was level and square. Once the cab was fitted, we got into it, started to cut out for the firewall out and the floor for the new engine and transmission clearance. Built a new floorboard, new transmission hump, then went into the dashboard, started fitting all of the AC controls, AC vents, necessary things, kind of try to modernize the dash without losing the old school shape of it. So at that point we made the decision to change to a Fleetside bed instead of the step side bed, which was not offered in 55, was only a 58, 59 option, but we found a bed. That bed was not actually in real good shape, so we went with new bed sides, new bed sheet metal all the way around.
Hey, so yesterday we went and picked up another bed for Danny's truck. The 55 we're building for him, big back window truck, but I really like it when they do the Fleetside beds. So we went and got 58, 59 bed, actually picked it up from the same guy that we bought the cab and the whole truck from. So I kind of mentioned to him when we picked it up that, hey, I like this idea of Fleetside beds on these trucks. And so he's like, I got one. So got it back from him. It's actually in really decent shape. The sides of it, gonna have some work done here on the back cap. It's a little haggard, but we'll get that all straightened out. And yeah, that's where we're at.
Anyone that knows these trucks knows that they have a really big gap between the cab and the bed. It's really unsightly. So at that point, we extended the bed forward about 1.5 inches to fill up that gap, and then made a bolt-in filler piece to go behind the cab to also close up that gap. Once the bed was all fitted and squared up on the truck, we started to do the bed floor, which included a lift-up panel to show the undercarriage. The bed floor, the bed lift, all of that is all custom fabricated, one-off pieces. Found some hinges and things like that, went through a few different options of what we wanted to do.
So for the tailgate on this truck, we wanted to use the custom tailgate from Marquet products, but their tailgate is only available with the Chevrolet script in the small form from the step side. So we were able to get another factory tailgate, and actually Jason cut the script out of a factory tailgate and installed it into the Marquet tailgate so that we have the Fleetside letters on the custom tailgate.
From that point, we got under the hood, started doing all of the inner fenders, finalizing the firewall, all that kind of stuff. Made everything nice and custom. Kind of went with a design that matched the design on top of the engine with the inner fenders to give it kind of a real uniform look. Chassis went out to powder coat, to chrome, to polish for all the different pieces. Bolt on the raceline wheels. Got the Bear brakes that are branded Dixxon all installed. Started making everything look real nice. Turn it into a full roller.
The chassis is a Choppin Block air ride chassis, Ford 9-inch Curry rear end. Air suspension wise, we went with 2 Viair compressors with the Accuair VT tank coupled with the Accuair E-level system. It features all stainless hardline throughout the truck using swage lock fittings, 1/4-inch stainless steel tube for the air system. Seth and Jason and I went over to Candy Shop a couple weeks ago. They had the bed ready to go. Ended up taking the frame over there to pick up the bed because we figured that might be the safest way to get it back here, is to put it in its home. So. Since the last time that we saw it, we've moved on from installing the bed on the frame. We actually now have the cab, front clip, windows, grills, things of that nature. We've got a majority of the wiring completed, power windows, etc. We've had Tanner here doing the wiring and then assisting me with a lot of the other components. He'll be assisting us on this truck until the end. Most of the plumbing is finished now. We've moved on to the air ride system is all working. We've patterned the bed for the sea decking. We've installed the tailgate, rear roll pan and bumper. Currently just working on wrapping up a few of the odds and ends as far as power steering lines, things of that nature. We're looking forward to getting the underhood sheet metal back from the body shop. Then that will allow us to assemble that and finish up AC lines and coolant, mount the power steering pump reservoir, things like that. And hopefully that's followed by the hood. That's the last piece that they have. We've got some exhaust rework to do in the back, but we're not too concerned about that at this point. We've fired the engine up. We're trying to get it to a running driving state so we can drive it onto the trailer and take it to get the interior finished. So we went with unique upholstery for the interior with an all red leather and red carpet, coupled together with our red painted interior. They did a nice job of using the accents from the Dixxon flannel in the vehicle, but keeping it clean and not tacky. Our dash features a classic look with a modern feel, including the compartment on top for cell phone, sunglasses, etc. We used the same knobs, the rotary knobs from the Resto Mod Air to make our headlight and windshield wiper features, along with our push button to start, but kept it with a classic factory style steering wheel just to keep a nice clean look. So in the beginning of this build, Danny actually had wanted the truck to be the silver with the teal that you see on the brake calipers. So the brake calipers were built early in the build. As we proceeded on, both his tastes and ours kind of changed to wanting to do the red instead of the teal. Although Danny loves the Tiffany teal look, so he wanted to stick with the teal brake calipers as kind of just a accent, I guess. So when we went with the Chevrolet LT4 supercharged engine with the 8-speed transmission package, we went ahead and did the top of the supercharger in the teal also, so that it kind of ties all of that stuff together just as like a little accent, like his personal touch. This was a big project for us, taking just a little over 3 years. It was a pleasure working with Danny because he trusted us to build him the truck that he was looking for. He gave us some input on what he wanted, but really put the overall build in our hands, so we were able to put things together the way that we would want them, for drivability, function, and also keeping the good looks at the same time.